What?
That you get from like one of those sick antique stores, I guess, because it was encased in resin. He didn't just have like a flesh breast, he had put it into resin to mold it.
Wow.
The reason was unbelievable, right? Except that it's true. Darcy had no clue. She had been forbidden from entering the garage, basement, and freezer. After Jerry's arrest, he tried to ask Darcy to get rid of evidence, and she refused. She truly was oblivious to all the signs. Like many wives of serial killers.
This is just another serial killer?
Yeah.
From the Green River one?
Yeah. A lot of them have wives that had no clue.
Wow.
And they never killed their wives because, some people argue maybe there's some sort of emotional attachment. It's definitely more of a disguise. I don't think that there's any serial killer that truly cared much for their family members. I don't think that they have the capability to do that. For Darcy Burdos, the signs were objectively a bit more obvious, but what about the new Cairo serial killer? The guy that they call the Butcher of Egypt? What are the signs there?
This is the wife who reached out,
yes. Right? 3 bodies, all dumped on this stretch of desert land in Egypt. The Egyptian authorities have a problem. They've got 3 bodies. I mean, they're clearly connected. All 3 women have been murdered. They've been dumped along the desert road. There's evidence that they've been whipped pretty badly. Their necks are all broken, potentially strangulation. There are clear signs of torture wounds. There's even other drugs in each woman's system. I mean, it's pretty much undeniable interlinked. But other than the same torture wounds, there is nothing else that can help the investigators. All 3 women live in different areas. They don't know each other. They range in age between 19 to 37. What is the connection between these 3 women? Once the bodies are located, news starts spreading. There's a serial killer active in Egypt. Some are calling him the Butcher. There's only been about 4 well-known serial killers from Egypt, and the police have no leads until a father walks into the station. My daughter, she's missing. Okay, when was the last time you saw her? She told me she was going to study English with a professor, an English professor, I think. His name is Kareem. He's a famous TikToker.
So this is all happening very recently?
2024, early 2024.
Oh.
Yeah. Kareem's TikTok account was called Hooked on Phonics. It has since been suspended, but Kareem, the police are now investigating, is an English teacher living in Egypt, and his whole TikTok account is to try and teach non-native English speakers English. He would have a harder to pronounce English word on the screen for non-native speakers. Or you know how sometimes when you learn English in a non-English speaking country, you learn phrases that most native speakers won't use? Like when someone asks you, how are you? The response that a lot of non-native speakers learn is, I'm fine, thank you, and you? But that's rarely ever heard in natural conversations. So he would make these little TikToks saying things like, don't say, I'm sorry. Say, I apologize. Which I'm not sure what the difference is. He would also do these TikToks with his cute son, who's about 9 years old, named Zane, where they would go over all the ways in which you can merge words in English. Instead of saying, give me, you say, and the little son would say, give me that. Instead of saying want to, you say, I wanna go home.
Like the son is in the video, you can see him.
Yes.
Got to.
Gotta. I gotta go.
Out of.
Out of. I'm out of time.
In another TikTok, Kareem, the now suspect, does a little skit. How do I tell a woman you're so beautiful? He's like in a nerdy outfit, and he's asking a cool guy, who is also him, cosplaying as a cool guy, how do I tell a woman you're so beautiful? You're like a dream come true. Your beauty is like a priceless masterpiece. I'm sorry, breathtakingly gorgeous. I'm out of breath. You're beautiful, gorgelicious. You look absolutely fantastic. In another one, he says, don't say I'm tired. It's boring. Instead, use these slang terms.